Hi, and welcome to this energy update of May 2022. So I was doing energy updates over the past couple of previously in 2020 because they were really coming in a rush to share, and then I was asked to slow down and take a pause, and that's what I did. So in 2021 you may not have seen any energy updates for me, but this in May is something that I will start doing energy updates once again. And so you can catch them on my YouTube channel, which has the entire version, or whatever the half an hour version is. And to share with you, the energy updates are all channeled. They're channeled from source energy, and whatever needs to be shared is something that I share. You might resonate with all of it, you might resonate with one thing, you might resonate with 50% or 70%, it doesn't matter. But it is all from source energy, and it is based on whatever different aspects or different people who are connected, are in my network, in my energetic network, they need to hear. So if you're listening to this for the first time, it is not a coincidence that you're here. I work a lot with energies. My name is Bhavna Dhaya, and a lot of the work that I do is energy based. I also use psychological tools and many age-old tools which have an Asian or an Indian background. And my what I love doing is working with the divine feminine and the divine masculine aspects, right? And the emotional, and also making sure that the emotional aspects and the emotions are in sync or in balance with where you need to be in your life. So I'm just going to take a pause here, and I'm going to channel and then share the channeled message and the channeled energy update as it comes. The earth energy is ripe with multiple frequency. The earth energy is being held by people, from beings from across different dimensions and across different galaxies and universes, because this is the time that earth energy is going to go through a rapid change. This is something that I had shared in some of my previous updates in 2020, that 2022 and 2023 are going to be massive change years. And from May 2022 onwards, it is a massive shift that is going to be taking place. Now, will everybody feel it? Not really. If you are not familiar with energy, if you have stopped your energetic connect with Mother Earth, if you've stopped your energetic connect with the environment around you, you will not see these shifts. And even if you do see them, or you do feel them, or you understand them, you will not really, it will not leave a mark on you. You will not remember it, or you will not really do anything about it. Now, I'm just going to share about the earth energy first. Now, the earth energy in 2020 was needed a lot of healing, and that's why we saw something called the pandemic come brush over the entire world. Now, the pandemic was also our own doing in many different ways, and I'm not talking about the conspiracy theories that have been going on, but it was at an energetic space, at a spiritual level. It was our own doing. Everybody who was alive in 2020, it was all of our collective, it was a collective result of what we have been doing in the past. And so 2020 needed the earth to heal itself and to go through its own natural reset, its own natural cycles. And over the course of the last 2 years, that has happened to quite an extent. Now, the earth energy is also ripe with a lot of change in frequencies that need to be brought about. So when we talk about a new age, when we talk about that there would be a different way of living after 2025. And will there be two earths? No. I mean, I saw some images on the internet that showed two earths. It's not going to be 7D and 5D and 3D. it is, we are going to experience it differently. And so if you're spiritually, you are high at a higher plane, or you have done a lot of work to understand and reach higher frequencies, you'll be able to know what's really happening, right? So there would be, it'll be like a veil in front of our eyes that will talk, that we will all of us might, it might seem like the same world, but we will be experiencing it differently. Now, during this time, yes, there are the beings and there are multidimensional beings and frequencies that are reaching Earth. What that means for you is movement has become very important. So it doesn't matter what you move, it is not about fitness, it is about making sure that you are connected to movement and you're connected to Mother Earth. So a lot of you who work with me closely or who are in my goddess course would have heard this. Me talking about earth energy a lot, working with Pachamama or any other, or having shamanic rituals. So many of you would be getting this, many of you would be channeling this energy, because we, all of us, everybody who is present on earth currently needs to work with earth energy. Now that could happen in different ways. It could mean that you're doing, you are grounding yourself, you are working with trees, you are an animal communicator, or you are a nature communicator, or you're working with the stars, or you're working with celestial bodies. It would also, the second thing that is important is, sorry, what I said as the first thing actually is movement. So one is being in tune with nature and the other is movement. Now movement, both of them are actually interconnected. Now, when I say movement, you could be dancing to your favorite song inside your house, inside your room. You could be cycling, you could be hiking, you could be working in the gym, you could be doing yoga, you could be doing Pilates, whatever you might be doing. Movement is going to be very, very important for the next 3 to 4 months. Why is movement important? Because of the frequencies, because there are multiple frequencies that we are receiving and Earth is receiving. And because obviously we are on Earth, we are also receiving that in our bodies. Now, whether our bodies will be able to take it or not, or we will be able to align or not, will depend on how much movement that we are creating. Because when we are creating movement, we are also kind of loosening our energy system. We are also not stuck in just one place. We are not having stuck energy. We are flowing energy. We are in the flow. We are in the feminine flow. And that's why you are also seeing that a lot of women are coming out and talking about their own path. They are, a lot more people are, if 100 people were doing yoga, now there are about 150 people who are doing yoga. Now they might be doing different forms of yoga. But the whole idea is that doing things that are in flow, and movement is the first step of doing that, right? When we are able to do any kind of movement, as long as we are moving our bodies, we will be able to align and reset our frequencies. Our body will be able to reset those frequencies. Now, once you've understood that, and movement, I'm not going to say thrice a week, every day. You need to do the movement. You need to move your body according to how you feel. It might be twice a day, it might be 3 times a day, it might be now whatever makes you be in flow. The question you to ask yourself is, when you are in doubt, am I in flow? Am I in touch with my body? Is there something else that I can do to be in touch and to be in flow with my body? And you will get your answers. So from May onwards, the themes that are coming up is, one is movement, second is being in flow, working with your intuition even more. If you're already intuitive, you do a lot of work, you'll be called to do even more work. And those of you who have been feeling the resistance or not feeling that I'm not intuitive, what do I really do? I'm a corporate person, I can't use my intuition. This is precisely the time when it is asking you to create that, right? So movement, flow, intuition, connecting with your divine feminine, all of that is interconnected. And those are the themes of May, actually May onwards, for the next 3 months. So May, June, July, that is what those themes are. In June and July, of course, there will be other additional themes that will be coming up, but it is this from the start. if you're not doing any of this already, then I would suggest that from today, the moment you listen to this message, the moment you watch this video, start to question and see in your day-to-day, in your schedule, in your routine, day-to-day routine, do you have movement? Do you have flow in your life? Do you have energetic flow? Do you feel it's flowing, or do you feel, oh, I start something and something stops, and then I do something and then I don't know what to do? So are you in flow? The third is, are you connecting to your intuition? Are you using your intuition? Are you connected with your gut? And the fourth is, are you connected to your feminine side? Whether you're a man or a woman or you're a cisgender, it doesn't matter. But are you connected to your feminine side? Because the feminine, the divine feminine, is really calling all of us out. And my Divine Feminine program that I started in 2020 was precisely the starting point of this movement, because the Divine Feminine has to reset the balance. And so the Divine Feminine program, which is of 3 levels, exactly talks about that. We get so caught up in our day-to-day, get so caught up being a masculine energy or a feminine, a less feminine, more masculine energy. We dress up in ways that nobody can say whether you're a man or a woman. Consciously choosing that is different, but unconsciously choosing that, and when you are a woman and you're not feeling your feminine power, that is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the conscious choices that you might make to dress a certain way, but are you connected with your divine feminine energy? Are you in your power, in your feminine, divine feminine power? And if you're not, then you can watch some videos where I talk about the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine program is going to be coming up in October, November, where all 3 levels is, I'm going to be doing them once again. So the question for you to ask is, are these 4 things happening in your life, right? So are you do you have movement? Are you in flow? Are you in touch with your intuition? And are you connected to your divine feminine? Okay, I'm just going to check if there's anything else that is coming up. Yes, many of you might be remembering a lot of might be going through past life memories, or what might seem like an alternate reality. And that is because of the frequencies are matching. So it is happening very often. So you might feel like you're daydreaming, or you might, when you're meditating or when you're sleeping, or you might just feel that you're in a dreamlike state, but you're not sure whether it's actually real or not. But yes, many of you would be having recollection of past life memories that are relevant. Either you need to let them go, or you need to remember they are coming to you to remind you of certain lessons that you still need to undergo. And alternate realities as well, right? So there are parallel realities. Now, I won't get into that. I'll probably do a separate video or talk about it on my Instagram, what parallel realities are, or what alternate reality is. It is not AI, or it is not artificial intelligence. It exists right here and now on Earth plane. So the memories that you're getting from a past life or from a parallel life are either look at what is it trying to teach you, what is it trying to remind you of. Are you not doing that? Have you not been doing that? So for example, it might be reminding you of boundaries. Have you paid attention to boundaries? Have you taken action to reaffirm and reassess what your boundaries are? Right? And the last message I would like to share for empaths and sensitives is that, and if you don't identify yourself as empath or sensitive, that's fine. But those of you who know that you are an empath or a sensitive, remember, you need to stay connected to Mother Earth energy even more, because there are a lot of people questioning multiple things, and for you to stay sane, for you to be in your strength, in your power, you need to connect to Earth energy much more. You need to draw out boundaries very, very strictly. Whether it is close friends or family, you need to draw out boundaries and you need to stick by them. If it is not crucial, if it is not critical, or it is not, it might be urgent, but it may not be critical. Understand the difference between the two. So empaths and sensitives, make sure you're working with earth energy a lot more than the others during these 3 months. Remember to connect, do your own meditative practices, whatever those might be, to make sure that you are centered most of the time. Right? It could be chanting, it could be sound healing, it could be any other things that you do using your breath, whatever it is, work through that so that you are able to stay grounded. So that's the energy update for May. I think there were more messages than May energy update, and perhaps those messages, like always, so whatever is necessary comes up. So if you resonate with any of the messages, to comment down below. Do send me a DM. I would love to know which part of this message that you resonated, or which message resonated with you, or if you have been feeling something similar, if you're feeling that people are trying to flex your boundaries, or if you feel that your intuition is suddenly working, going through the roof, let me know. I would love to hear from you. The other thing I would like to mention to you is there is a course that I am starting with a very dear friend of mine, which is to recall and reconnect to the Atlantean heritage. So Atlantis, if you are familiar with the term, or if it just calls to you, let me know. We can talk and I can suggest whether that course is for you or not. The first session is on 10th of May. We kick off on 10th of May. They are both in-person sessions as well as on Zoom. So if you feel connected to the Atlantean energy, if you feel connected to Atlantis, or the word just piques your interest, reach out to me and we can talk more. Thank you so much for listening, and do like and subscribe my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm known as Bhavna Dhiya, Visionary Priestess. I will also put a link here in the chat box in the comments. Thank you so much. Lots of love, and please be kind and gentle with yourself.